Tegan, welcome. Another episode 4. Episode 4, how you doing, man? How everything is?
Man, everything is love and blessed, man. Last night I did an excellent show last night, and
Yeah, talk about
one
it.
of my
Talk
boys
about it.
did the show. I mean, look, it was an honor chilling with Shaq. Live Wire was on Live Wire last night. It was awesome.
Live wire, nice, man.
It
Everybody
was
follow,
crazy.
everybody
So,
follow.
no, trust me, if you get a chance, check out Live Wire. My boy
Yeah,
Shaq was on point. Big up to Rena. Big up to my boy Shane. You know what I'm saying? The voice of St. Thomas. It was awesome.
yeah, man. I tuned into the episode. I loving it, man. I loving it. He was asking some good questions. Everything I look nice, everything I look crisp, man. So I loving it, man. Big up to Live Wire. Is Live Wire right? Make sure I get it right.
Yeah, Live Wire.
All right, Livewire,
Yeah.
man. Big up to Livewire, man. Doing some good things. Keep it up as a big fan, So, but what a good episode last episode, Tegan. Tyrone Alec. Great
It's
episode.
crazy, man.
A lot of good information.
Really hit it out the ballpark last week. I mean, we spent over 3 hours. It was crazy. It was
Yeah.
like the time just went by so fast, but we didn't even know because we were so caught up in Tyrone's story. It was just so great to actually be a kid in a candy store listening to Tyrone. He was awesome.
Yeah, he
And
was awesome, man.
ironically, it looked like we got his cousin today on the show, so it looked like this is a family affair. But tell the people what going on.
Family affair. We got the great Terry Byron coming up soon, coming up in a couple of minutes, man. Couple of minutes. I'm excited to hear his story. We've been through the same experience as far as playing professional baseball in the minor league system, So I don't want to give too much. I want Terry to share his story and stuff. So I'm gonna be a big fan too as well. Also, Tegan, I'd like to give a big shout out to Robert Jules Hops. He's from St. Croix, Virgin Islands. He playing complex basketball team. He's a police officer. He's up in the States. So he might be on the front line, maybe not, but we just want to send our best wishes and best prayers to him. Hopefully he doesn't get put in any type of difficult situation. Him raising in the Virgin Islands, how it is, his knowledge and everything. So, we just send prayers and best wishes to him. So,
well, big shout out to you, Big Rob. That was one of my favorite players. I had an opportunity to play with him. Rob very quiet. He was sneaky dunk and you every once in a while. I didn't know he was so nice with a pistol, but obviously he became a police officer, so he was always for law and order. Hey, big shout out to you, Mr. Rob. Be safe up there. Big shout out to my boy T. Alec. I see you don't sign in. Bless up.
Bless up.
Solid.
I love.
So move back.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know who coming out and introduce none other than our boy. I used to follow you guys in baseball. We know this. A lot of times, a lot of people just think it's all basketball, but I am a total fan. You know this. I used to be up with all the baseball man, them, all the track and field man. I mean, all the boxing man. I mean, once you found the VI and you represented, I just wanted to see you guys succeed. And you and T. Byron was one of the guys that on my radar. I used to look out for you guys. I used to follow you guys' career, and I was just praying that you guys would have just been there at the big leagues, just like BJ. And we would have had somebody. I actually know. I met BJ a couple of times. His mom used to teach me in a Christian. He came back a couple of times, and BJ showed me he ring from the World Series. He was bragging. The ring probably about this big, but I mean, I didn't know BJ like that, like how I know you guys. So this is gonna be an honor to really listen to T and follow his story. And I hope the Virgin Islands really, really appreciate what he have done for the VI. Sit back, boom. Introduce. You don't know. We ready.
None other than the famous SPS Shamrocks Terry Byron. Terry, what good?
Yo.
How everything is, man?
There.
You there? Hey. No, you good, man. You good. You good.
You don't know if I'm grosser.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Hey, we don't edit to these videos, man. Everything natural. No editing. So you good, man. You good.
Yeah, the rule.
Yeah, man.
So T, let me ask you the first question. Where you there right now in the States?
Oh, right now we're in Atlanta, Georgia.
I thought I saw you today on CNN. I thought I saw you on the front line. I hope you ain't there out there protesting, my boy.
Hey, if I been there, had on a mask, so how you gonna tell it's me?
And you can
Me, I
spot up
don't know
behind
if
man
I
a
mask
mile
here.
away. It's all love, bro. It's all
I
love.
love.
You know it is.
Yeah,
Good
man.
to see you, bro.
Yeah, man. Good to see you, man, Terry. Good to see you. So, your cousin, Tyro Alec, he was just in the last episode,
Yes.
so in the bloodline. So it seems like I
Yes,
got
that's my
crazy,
family.
crazy bloodline.
We got history of athletes in our family. My father was a good athlete. My uncle was a good athlete. Midre is my cousin too.
I didn't even know
Midre
that.
is like,
That's amazing, man.
yeah, man.
I
me and
didn't
Midre
even know
tight,
that.
tight,
T.
tight.
I was, I met
Me
DJ
and
at the
Midre
Lena
tight,
Christian.
tight,
He
tight,
came
tight.
back with a big ass ring like a basketball and the finger, showing everybody he won the
Yeah,
World
man.
Series.
Hey,
It was crazy.
it hurts me, right? 'Cause me and Midre the crack jokes on each other all day long. And when I say we the crack joke, we don't go at it like the way we supposed to. And it hurts me to say he was one of my idols because I never tell you that before. If he watching this or he hear this, he gonna call me and say, "Good for your mother." Can I tell you? I tell you what you're doing.
Yeah.
He watching. Don't worry. He watching.
Yeah.
DJ watching. Just
He watching
don't
somewhere.
worry.
He watching. He watching somewhere.
Yeah, that's my boy. But yeah, man, you don't know. Growing up in St. Croix, choosing baseball was for me. It was different because Tegan, Pan, all these men are running basketball. You check. Tyrone
Yeah.
was big in basketball. All my partner them in Grove playing basketball. So of course you want to go with your boys, them man. Do what they doing. You check. But then I had my brother who were playing baseball. My father used to play baseball, and people who influenced me, like my coaches, I had my father from Ollie and Kenny Clark. That man coached me at SPS. You don't know the
SPS.
toughest little league team out of the West. Psych Momba. Psych Momba.
Nah. We gonna go with
Wow,
the
Boba,
Reds.
don't hold it back. He's a very good baseball player yourself. Tell the truth.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. SPS was tough. Terry Byron, George Bailey, they used to charge straight gas, Tegan. Straight gas.
Oh my God.
I used to be afraid to go in the box to face them. No lie. No lie. Serious.
Yeah,
Straight
we used to
Tegan.
war because imagine this.
Oof.
Me and GB there private school. But all these men is our friends. So as soon as we got to the league, all them man talking about this some jokey private school boy, that man ain't want nothing. And we be like, what?
Yes.
You ain't want what?
Yeah.
Saying, Louis go.
Yeah, man.
That man forget you from Grove, B. That man forgot you grew up in hey, that man ain't know.
Hey, we didn't know, man. Hey, we just here is a private school. They wearing the green. I got to say the uniform was nice. Green and white, the shamrocks. Beautiful uniform. Probably my favorite Little League uniform. But that was our concept. Private school,
Man, your
man.
favorite Little League team. Just say.
No, Reds. G-Knicks, Reds. You know how it is. You know it is.
Big shout out to Phoenix, man. He been in the
big
game a
shout
long
out.
time.
Yeah. You know Kareem Smith and Rasan Smith. You know they will come after me if I say Shamrocks, my favorite team. So you know.
Hey, Kareem popping off at me. I don't know. I know Kareem can't wait for this done to dig into me. He gonna be in the comments probably digging me. But you realize back then when we were playing SPS and Reds, we had Channel 8 News, we had Alan Woods. We used to have 500-600 people in a bar park.
Yeah.
Making pot and pan. Everybody cheering. I mean, it just used to be SPS, Reds, Dusters, Chewies, Caribs.
Yes.
I mean, we used to have some serious war in Wim. And then I moved to West, and then I started warring in West because then they had you had Tyrone, Neg,
Yeah.
Kilo, Makil.
Yeah, Makil Rogers, yeah.
Scotty, Valence brother Scotty, a balling too. Moses. I can
Yeah.
give you a whole squad because we used to war them, man.
Yes, that's a squad. We used to war Tegan.
I mean, that's one guy we got
Valence,
behind. You know
just
Neg's
went
family,
to
right? You know Neg's family team.
Yeah.
Neg's
man, that's my
bloodline.
boy, man. That's my boy.
Yeah. That's Tegan cousin. Neg is Tegan cousin, Terry.
Okay, yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
So
bloodline. That's bloodline.
Yeah, so they got that bloodlines too. Yeah, man, but everything Terry saying is true, man. And that was the greatest thing about Little League Baseball, Tegan and Terry, was the fact that the ballpark used to be so packed. And like Terry said, pots and pans, people screaming, people cheering, people parking behind the fence, yelling out, people on the side, on both sides of Wynn Ballpark. It was just a crazy and amazing atmosphere, you know. So it was just amazing. It's giving me goosebumps just to think back at it, you know. It was
We
amazing.
need to get back to that because you're absolutely right. And that used to be in all sports. And I'm so happy you mentioned that, Mama, because the parents, them, the fans, the people, them used to just support. We really care about our sports in the BI, especially at St. Croix. And man, we really need to get back to that. So I'm so happy you brought that up.
Yeah, man. So
it was a different vibes, you know. So like now we still got all the talent in our sports in St. Croix, St. Thomas. VI got endless talent. We just need to channel it in the right direction. Because when you think about when we were growing up, right? Like Tyrone said, he was right. We were playing ball or basketball or tennis. We were doing something all the time. All the time. We had no idle time other than to play our next sport. Church league. The best fun I had growing up in St. Croix was the summer youth league. I remember that day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was
the
it's like Harrigan Rally. Everybody had basketball, softball. It was government sponsored.
Yeah, government sponsored. Yep.
We used to get down there, man. All of them things we should look forward to. Me know if they still have them youth league. Me know if they still have like the summer games and all them things that we had. But we always had something to keep we busy, to push in the right direction. And I know now still have the same parents still behind their kids as much as before. But it just seems different. Because you know, economy changed, more money got to make, more things going on. Like I used to have St. Patrick's. After I had baseball practice. And if I had baseball practice for SPS, I had baseball practice for Angels. If I had baseball practice for Angels, I used to go and watch my brother practice for Vikings and be on the field with him. Because all I wanted to do was play for Vikings. That's all I wanted to do was play for Vikings. Ain't had no other bar higher than me than playing for Vikings. So
wait, Mumba, let me stop you because you know I was the biggest baseball fan back then, but I always used to hear about Vikings and Yankees. Where was Yankees in this equation?
Yankees was there. Yeah, Yankees was Yankees was there, but Vikings.
Because you know I'm a Yankees fan. You see the Yankees at my head, right? So I want to hear about the Yankees.
Hey, Yankees. I mean, Vikings was like man them and man league. They was like the pinnacle of teams. Like, you know, the pinnacle. Like won the most championship. They got the best history, the best players. So it's equivalent to like man league basketball, man them, Vikings in baseball, Tiga. So that's how it was. So him saying like he wanted to, you know, be with Vikings, and like he said that his brother played with Vikings too, and Vikings was a team, and then you had other teams like Yankees, and you had team like Kasha. Don't forget Kasha.
Great.
You know, so
yeah, but like Lunjiba for Kasha, Ray Ras. Them I had a bad team, Big Up Bluff. Them are baseball man.
Wow.
Yeah, but for me, I wanted to be a.
So let me ask you, T. Here's my first question. Because it looks like we have a little delay, so I'm going to shoot a little bit, so you can wait a little bit to hear my question. But what age did you first started to play? And when did you realize, like, you know what? Even though my family and everybody played the sport, I'm going to pursue this. So what age you first start play? And then when you really decide, what age did you really decide, I'm going to pursue baseball, this could be my sport? Tell me a little bit about that.
At a young age, man, I'd probably say like 9 or 10. Probably 9. Because at 9, well, actually at 8, because my brother was playing the league at that time. And my brother, I used to go every Saturday, Sunday, Friday night to watch this man play. And I used to see Kareem, JD, all these men, Kareem, JD. You got Ronald Carter. I mean, there's so much names of people who were balling back then that I didn't want to leave nobody out. But these men just used to get into some serious war. And when they were done, all them men going to play together, I used to be like, what? So now you're going to fight? So now I just see what was going on out there. But just that camaraderie, I was just like, wow, this is serious. We from Grove, but we there in West. We there everywhere playing baseball. That was an opening for us. So after I see how my brother was like getting into war, And then again, when I turned 9, and the first time I started playing, like at 9, I'm playing against Reds. And I remember we had JD on our team, and I think they might have beat we one game. And after we lose, that fighter spirit in me come out. I was like, no, sir, this is not a feeling I want to ever feel again. And ever
I
since
feel.
then, I always wanted to be better than everybody else who were in my realm. And then for me, like I used to play baseball with GB every single day. My cousin George Bill used to be by my house every day. We used to play strikeout every single day. If we ain't
Wow.
playing strikeout, we might play RBI baseball on Nintendo for maybe 45 minutes.
Yeah,
And
RBI
we back
baseball.
outside. Wiffle ball, tennis ball. My father was a huge, huge influence in all of this. Like I could never downplay that. My father was always there to support me, teach me, and he always give me tough life lessons. I remember a game I was
Wow.
playing, and I remember this like it was yesterday. I got strike out 3 times, and I got complaining in the car right home. Son, daddy, if that man had thrown me a fastball, he'd have never this. Daddy, if he had do this, daddy, if he had do that. You know, my father gonna tell me, but if your aunt had balls, she'd have been your uncle, but she don't.
Yo, man, I mean business, brother.
Hey,
That's tough love, brother.
I remember the next morning I wake up the next morning, and I think I was playing with my brother, and I tell this man, you need to throw me alcohol bottle, son. Alcohol bottle. Because me ain't this no more. Because that man find out my weakness. And I couldn't have that be something that could hold me back. So then after that, I had a lot of people grooming the way for me. I had Wayne Hawley, Kenny Clark, Harris Clark,
Wow.
Elmo Plaskett.
Yes.
All these people used to be on my back.
Like the
On
players
my
you
back.
calling right now is legends, or not just in the Virgin Islands. That
Legend.
man is super legends in baseball
Yeah.
history.
Yes.
I hope
Yes.
the Virgin Islands community understand the names you calling out.
Yes. Correct.
Man, I wish you was with
And when I
Chicago to
started
teach
playing
Michael
All-Star
Jordan how to
baseball,
hit that curveball, man. Mike couldn't hit shit. I tell you, Mike
I
went
used to
to
have to
Chicago, he
practice on
was
that.
wicked.
Like, yeah, man. Yeah, man. And then when I finally get with Vikings, we win a championship that first year. And that was like the sweetest feeling because I was 15, out of 13 to 15, playing in Man League. So then when I started playing against my peers, for me, I used to be like, ain't fair. I'm playing against big men all the time. These men ain't ready for me.
Yeah.
Right.
But then my peers will still turn around and wash my backside. Like, wash me on. Hey, baseball is a humbling sport, you know. One day you could be the man, nobody can come at you, nobody can do nothing. And then the next day you go out there with a chip on your shoulder, watch them man knock it off like you never been there.
Yeah. It's
Wow.
true.
Humble
Yeah.
you one time.
It's true because with baseball, it's like you have few opportunities. You know, with basketball, it's back and forth, back and forth. You have so many ways you could contribute to the team. With baseball, it's like few opportunities, man. And it's like if you have a bad game, you have a bad game. It's gonna be with you for a long time until next time you play. You know, so
You got a lot of time to think about it. You're right.
yeah, you know, so because like you know,
And then
as a
you have to
hitter,
deal with too. All your friend them teasing you. You have all your friend them teasing you. Ain't no, we lose, we beat you, and it done. Terry, I'm good for you. I taught you did that. You ain't saying nothing. We gonna wash your backside next time. Then I gotta go to school and hear it.
yeah.
Then I go and practice in East. I gotta hear it. I'm going Grove. You got a man clowning you out there. The man Byron around with you.
Yeah.
So I used to
I
stay with
feel
you
you. I
so
feel
long,
you.
so long.
So let me ask you, what position you started out first when you first started playing? What was your first ever position? And then what made you settle on the position that you choose for your career?
My first position was infield. I first started out at second base because I was a little puny dude.
Yeah, he shot, yeah.
That was just what he just stick all the small man them second base.
Yeah.
After I kind of fell out a little bit, I started playing third base. And what I realized is I had a strong, strong arm. Like I just used to try and hit home run and doubles. I was decent with a stick, but I really wanted the glorification of the home run. I didn't want a single. And when I get to college, we had this guy named Roger Van der Poel from Netherlands. And this man's hands was impeccable. Like, I couldn't compete with this man. But I was still trying to on that big spot. And my coach was like, hey, man, I know you pitch. You should try and pitch. So I went in a game and I pitched. And then I said, hey, man, you were trying like 93, 94. And I was like, what? Yeah, you got me, son. That's all I needed from them.
That was it.
That
was it.
Yeah, and that's what really made me pursue it. And then, you know,
Remember,
I've learned that you have so much more control. Huh?
No, sorry. We have a little delay. So I was asking Mumba, was that similar to Mumba? Mumba, when you turned to a pitcher, because you was good at our position as well.
Yeah, my it's pretty much similar because I went, I think it was in 1995, 96. I went with the RBI team. It was some players from St. Croix and St. Thomas and Elmo Plaskett, like Terry just mentioned, God rest his soul. He was our coach. And we went to the Wide World of Sports, the Disney complex in Orlando, and we was playing. And I was a catcher on that team then. And then we was getting beat by Puerto Rico by a lot. We was getting blood. So he needed somebody to pitch some mop-up innings. And he put me in, and I was pitching straight gas. And I think Lavon Saro said I was hitting like 92, 93 on the gun. But the only problem was I didn't throw any strikes. I walked like 4 or 5 guys, or whatever. But that's how I ended up becoming a pitcher, just because the velocity. So pretty much similar to Terry, you know. Yeah.
So T, let me jump in one second. I don't think people really fathom how really talented and what are you really saying. What are you saying? That wasn't our original position. That's to show our talent. I was playing a position I love, third base, catcher, and all of a sudden somebody said, "Son, you want to go and pitch?" And all of a sudden you train 90s. That's talented. That's like you telling me I play point guard all my life and say, "Hey T, time for you go and play center." You know I have no shot. It's crazy. That's talent, brother.
It is.
Proud of why I say you don't even know. That is talent.
Yeah, it is, man. So
I fell in love with it.
Yeah. So Terry, I want to touch back on that Vikings. So what was your mindset playing your first man league game, if you could remember, playing with Vikings? Because I know you always say you wanted to play with Vikings, and you just getting that opportunity is like your dream come true. You playing with Vikings. What was your mentality? Were you nervous, going into the game? You are frightened? I could see what I could contest to that, Tegan. Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead, Terry.
The point where I wanted to be, and then in my first game, it was against oh gosh, I was batting against my cousin Bobby Llanos.
Okay.
And I watched Bobby warm up, and I see Bobby popping and fastball, and I was like, "This is not my accustomed to, sir. No, sir. No, sir." And then as soon as I step into the box, he watched me smile and drive me 3 fastball, like pop, 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 pop. I was like, "Get from your colors." And I was nervous. I made 2 errors in my first game. I couldn't do nothing. In my first game.
What position you play your first game?
I get benched the next game.
Wow.
I get benched a couple other games. And I used to go to the park with my brother, so he was rubbing the team. All the time. And you gotta realize, me and my brother are very competitive to the point where, like, as kids, we used to gamble every night. We used to play this game named Tank, and we used to gamble for like 10 cents, 25 cents. But we used to play for like hours. But we used to compete with like everything. So he going 3 for 4, and I ride in the pine. My mother be like, "How was the game?" Be like, "He bound out to him, man. God, he sitting all day." And that's what I used to have to deal with. But after I kind of settle in and kind of, after a couple games and you see the speed of man league bosses talking to 15 and 16 to 18, then you just fall in place, man. Either you're going to compete or you got to go.
That's true.
And that's how it was for me. and I was successful in.
Mama, let me jump in 1 second.
Ooh, well, 3 years while I was there.
Okay. We get
Wow.
I could.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, go ahead, Tiga. Go ahead. We get a
We got a
delay.
serious delay. We get a very serious delay. This
Yeah,
is the first time I see our delay this bad. I don't know if it's via. I don't know if it's your Comcast in the States or a little Comcast because of
no.
all of this violence going on with this rioting.
Nah.
We need to
No,
get this thing right.
I could hear you good. I could hear Terry good. I could hear you guys good. So that's the weird. So we keep going. That's fine. We'll see how we go. You know.
Okay, so let me jump in because we all know Tyrone Alec, world class athlete, basketball. He dropped a bombshell last week, and he said that he was an excellent baseball player. Now, cause T, let the people of the VI know, was Tyrone Alec that good in baseball? Because I know he was a god in basketball, but I don't know if he was that good in baseball. You tell the truth right now. Let the VI know, because Tyrone like to put a little sugar in this story. There we go.
Let it be I know. Okay, Tyrone could have jumped in any sport he want to play. Yeah, he why no slouch. Because he still had that
It was that tough.
competitiveness in him. Yeah, so he why no slouch. So he could have hold you. I can't talk about Michael.
All right, Tyrone, you're lucky with that one, Tyrone, because I was gonna ask you out.
Yeah. Tiga put pressure on he. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to pick up man to man full court, 94 feet. So I gotta make sure his story is right.
The man said my wireless sucks.
Yeah, man.
That's
amazing.
man.
That's amazing. You guys being family, man. The talent in your family. George Bailey. Is his cousin. Terry Alec is his cousin. Your older brother. Your father. Major Cummings is his cousin. It's amazing.
Wow. He's
Just
surrounded by talent.
yeah.
So
Surrounded by a
T,
lot of
how's this
talent.
thing along? Because I wanted to ask you, because this is what a lot of youngsters want to know. How was your transition from leaving St. Croix? Just like all of us, we have to leave with our respective sport. How was your transition in terms of going to the States, being in a new environment? How was your transition trying to fit into college life in terms of the school, the work ethic, the after school programming, the individual workout? How was it?
For me, the transition was I just had to learn the work ethic. That was the hardest thing for me. Because my cousin been there already playing at the school. So he was already established. So when I got there, he already done lay out the law, let me know what I have to do. This is what's needed. So I know going into there that I had to change my mindset from St. Croix and have to actually do more like weight workout and cardio workout and stuff that I really wasn't accustomed to. And in the end, that's probably I would say was my biggest downfall was being talented, but not wanting to put a work behind that talent. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because you
No,
go there and you start playing,
trust me. Go ahead.
you go there and you start playing, and then you see these men working hard, and you like these men ain't ready. But at the end of the day, you still really had to. I had to get out that mindset of I could show up to the ballpark 15 minutes, 30 minutes before the game and get ready, and boom, different mindset. You got different mindset. You to the park 2-3 hours before the game. That don't happen home. 2-3 hours before the game, you still at home chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah, crucial time.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
true.
yes. But then you come to the States where you have study hall every night. You have team lift in the morning. After everybody finishes, you have to have a mandatory schedule. Like you start at 6 o'clock in the morning, your courses. So you could be done by 12, 1 o'clock. Because when practice starts at 2, they ain't hearing you in class. If you in class, you can't be on the team. So you have to set your schedule around baseball. And it just was a different, it was so different, but it's what had to be done. Coming from home, what I tell everybody else is like, just be more prepared. Like now they have different stories that they could hear about. They have social media. They have things that they could just run to and hear. Back then, we just had to be trial by error. But right now, I would say really focus on building your craft, learning what kind of work ethic you have, and getting better at your work ethic. Because you could be, both y'all have seen this in both sports. The jokiest man on your team might get the farthest because he always there working the hardest.
Yes.
It's true.
Yes.
It's true. Everything you just said.
Most talented.
That's facts.
He might not be the most talented, but a man did it all in the man in. That man did it walking out. That man doing everything he have to do to better himself. And sometimes we see that and be like, that mean no wrong with that man. But if we have that mentality, like perfect your craft, like if you could really work on the difficult things, it will get easier. So like when I get to the States, I used to have to do a lot more running. I didn't want to run. I used to be like, the man I come to pitch, come to play ball. But no, you gotta be out there running 30 minutes after you pitch. 45 minutes the next morning.
Yep, that's true.
So when you pitch, your game ain't done. After you pitch, you gotta go condition.
Got to condition.
Yes.
Yep.
After you condition, now after the game, the next man
those are facts.
Condition again. Yep.
And you know what?
And I wasn't
let me jump into you. I know we have a delay because I just want a lot of people to understand, and we can kind of merge both sports together. I actually sit down one time and spoke to my coach. My coach is a legendary coach in basketball. We didn't want to switch the topic too long because it's all about youth and IT. But I just wanted to drive home the point where you just said a lot of kids in the Virgin Islands are very, very talented, raw talent. But at college and the next level, talent is not good enough. And I used to ask my coach, why would you take somebody that mediocre over somebody a little bit more talented? And you know what he told me, Mama? He told me, I would rather work with somebody who is willing to put it on the line than somebody who just wants to show up. Because at the end of the day, the man who is willing to put it on the line 1,000 times is better than the man who just wanted to come today. And he used to tell me a story with Bruce Lee. He said, Bruce Lee, right? They asked Bruce Lee who he feared in life. And Bruce Lee said, he don't fear the man who does one kick and kick down a tree. He fear the man who does that same kick 1,000 times. Because that man who doing that thing 1,000 times, one day is going to perfect that kick than the man who got lucky and kick it down in one. And I used to be like, dude, that's the mentality of the States. It's about repetition, discipline. You got to be in this thing 100% mind, soul, and body. And if you ain't bringing it, no matter how talented you think you are not going to make it. Trust me.
Everything you just said is 100% correct. And one of the key words you use that's so important in sports, is so important in life, in everything that you do in your life, is repetition. That's the main thing. Repetition. Repetition. You could use repetition in anything. You hit it right on the head, Tegan. And everything Terry Byron said is 100% true because, you know, we went through the same thing. You know, I played in the minor leagues, and when it's my turn to tell my story, I could, you know, elaborate more. But everything that he experienced, I experienced, so I understand what he's talking about, and he 100% correct. You know, and something important that Terry said, and you have said many times, Tegan, is that now these kids have so much avenues they could go to. You know, social media. They have more coaches. Tegan, yourself, you helping the kids back home, you know, because your experience playing. When we were playing, we didn't really have that. We didn't have social media. It was like trial and error, you know, trial and error. And it's so true, man. It's so true. And it's so important, you know.
Yeah. It's the one thing we may take for granted.
It's true. So, Terry, you got drafted in 1997, right? Your first time getting drafted. So
I had to turn it down.
Did you get drafted out of St. Croix, or you was living in the States out of St. Joseph High School, correct?
No, I get drafted out of St. Croix.
Yeah.
So I got drafted by Baltimore Orioles out of St. Croix
Okay.
from they put it at St.
Awesome.
Joseph High School.
That's
Awesome.
Yeah.
that's
So
amazing. That's amazing. I think it's
yeah,
so rare that
and
somebody get
the year
drafted.
before, Kimani had signed.
Okay.
Yep. But it was one of them thing where it was like they'll give you an option. So if you sign to D1 school, you gotta wait 3 years. If you go to junior college, they give you the option to say, hey, we ain't sign you in the beginning of the year, but hey, based on your development, we're ready to give you a little bit more money. So I went the junior college route to see what the different options the Orioles would bring. But when I get to junior college, I realized it was like a lot more I had to learn. It's more,
Mm.
it's just more I had to learn about the game. And lucky for me, my cousin GB been there through it, and it was a struggle for us in Fort Pierce, Florida. It was a struggle for us in Fort Pierce. For me, GB is a gentle giant. I am not so much so. I go, you said something wrong to me, I'm going to say something back to you, or we got to figure out how we fixing this issue. No.
That's
And
that growth
that
mentality.
wasn't
You
a
got
good
health and that today the skin. Come on.
we gotta figure something out. And that was my biggest issue that I had. But in college, where we used to get into so much wars in Fort Pierce just over playing. So your boy GB would hit a home run, right? And GB used to do this thing, Mumba. Use a pitcher. He hit a home run. He used to come down to the plate and do the get jiggy with it dance and touch home plate. So if you an opposing team pitching, what are you doing?
he get either
He got hit.
he get me. If I'm pitching, I'm hitting. I'm gonna hit the next hitter, and then when GB come up to hit, I'm hitting GB too. So two people getting hit in the game.
Okay.
That's what happening.
So guess what? That happened many times.
Wow.
And when GB get hit, guess what the first thing he gonna say? The first thing GB gonna say is, "Oh, you know my cousin on the mound."
Oh gosh.
And as soon as I get back on the mound, if it were a right fielder, GB used to be any reps on the outfield. I used to be like, if this man don't shut up,
Oh God.
we nail this man.
Problems.
And then if I nail them, GB backing them again. And then when he come up to bat, you gotta realize GB set a record for batting average in our junior college. He still have the highest record out there.
Oh
So he
wow.
was wicked with a stick. So if they didn't wacky and he talking trash, he can still drive a lash in. Tech where you get.
Wow.
So I used to get in a lot
That's
of
talent.
wars with GB because he used to hype me up more than anything. And why I learned after that is like he would just get me ready for all them games that I pitch. All my big games then. Because he know me, I go there, relax, throw 3 innings, no runs. I give up a double, the D man come out. Now I want to be out there. You ain't touching no base. You can't score on me. But he used to want me to be like that from inning 1 through 9.
Okay.
And it used to work. It used to
Man.
work.
That's
Let me
amazing.
ask
That's
you.
that's funny.
Let me jump in, Musa. Let me
Yeah,
jump
go
in.
ahead.
Let
Yeah,
me
yeah.
ask you. What like how did you get that type of confidence? I know in every sport you gotta have self-confidence. A lot of people don't understand. Like I always like to tell a lot of young players, a lot of people can believe in you because you always gonna have people behind you to push you. But when it really hit, the person who really need to have confidence in you has to be yourself. You have to have that self-confidence against the world. When did you get that self-confidence? When did you know you belong? And how did it trigger? Like, how did you know, like, you know what? I belong and I ain't going nowhere. I represented Legends 340 1000%.
It was my first year in college. We had a pitcher that was getting drafted, and he got hurt. So I had to pitch in like a do or die game. If we win, just wait, I'm doing something. If we had win, I know that we were taking my team to the playoffs. If we lose, we're going home. So my coach is like, I need you to pitch in that game. So I'm like, all right. So So GB was done hyping me up. He's like, "This is the biggest game of the year. What you gonna do? What you gonna do?" I ended up losing the game 5-4. But the reason I know that I had so much confidence is in the seventh inning of that game, your boy was throwing 94, 95. The dude that beat me straight up. He hit a home run off of me in the second inning. And then when we come to the seventh inning, I was throwing fastball by this man, son. We get in the ninth inning, right? My coach is like, walk him. I like, whoop, whoop, bow. Up the road, Mumba. Up the road, Mumba. I thought this man take me about 420 yards up the road, son.
Jeez.
Wow.
But then after the game I done, all the scouts then walk up to me and were like, "Whoa, you got hurt." My coach was like, "Hey, I ain't mad at you. I just need you to come back ready the next year." And that's really when I really developed real self-confidence, because I didn't think this man was gonna have faith in me, because the pitcher we had before,
Beautiful.
his name was Rob Quarterman. He used to pitch for the Netherlands Olympics and win a bunch of games. But then when I saw that I could compete at a big game level, I did lose. Me gonna lie, I lose. I get up a home run to lose. But next year when I play Miami-Dade, ask them what they get on, son. Hey, I think I threw probably like 4 or 5 call ball Mumbai. It was one of them games where as soon as I come back, it was just, this is me, take this shot. Bam, 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 bam.
Yeah.
Like, I think that was one of the best games I had in college, because I was topping 97 like in the ninth inning.
Jeez.
Blowing ball by them. Like,
97 in
blowing
college.
by them. Like, blowing by them.
That's
and then
crazy.
where it really started changing is you on the mountain in college. GB will tell you this. I on the mountain in college, right? And when I pitch in, we used to have probably about 20 to 30 scouts at the game. All these golf carts pulling up. Every time I raise my hand, whoop, all these radar gun. That I get intimidating at a point, but then I fall in love with it, because I used to watch them, man, like, "Ooh, you see that?" I used to be like, "Yeah, you're gonna see this again. You're gonna see this."
So
again.
it's all gas.
And that's what really kind of builds self-confidence, when I see like these strangers want to come and see me, and I'm like, it's a little island boy. But if the year before, them big names that we had in college never really packed the stadium like that, and after that, that's when I really started saying, "Man, Terry, you really got to get into this pitching thing." And I think
So let
after
me
the
ask
year
you,
I
Chief.
lose,
How was the pursuit of the major leagues? Like, how close did you really get? Like you thought you belonged on a level?
I
Did you
got
get any opportunities?
I got to high A. I got to high single A. Yeah, but baseball is a different beast. When you get to like pro ball, that's where you have to have a tight work ethic. Whether you have one or not, they're gonna give you one. They're gonna give you one. But it's what you decide to do or not. So like when I've been in pro ball, my first year I did really well. I signed as a second round draft pick. I was a 53rd pick overall in the second round. The Marlins pick before me was Josh Beckett.
Yeah.
So Josh
That's
Beckett was number
Wow.
one. I
I
was
would
like,
know about him.
I'm
Yeah,
going
that's
into
crazy.
I'm going into spring training and into the games. All these men done been playing all year. So as soon as I get here, they're like, "Oh, you the second rounder. You think you all this? You think you all that?" So as soon as that talk started happening, my first year, I killed them man in New York Penn League, and then they promoted me to single A to pitch in the playoffs. And I went in the playoffs. I pitched one game in the playoffs. I threw 6 innings. I think I walked like my first 4 people because I was freaking nervous. But then after that, I strike out about 7 or 8. Lead my team to
Wow.
victory, but then we lose the next game. Then when I went back the
Let me
next
let me
year,
let me
the thing with
ask you this. Somebody asked on Twitter to explain the levels for non-baseball fans, because a lot of people don't really know single A, double A, triple A. Can you explain the levels to them?
okay, so you have like rookie ball,
yeah.
short season A ball, low A,
No
high
way.
A,
Yeah.
double A, triple A,
Triple A.
big leagues.
Big leagues.
So it's like 6 levels,
Wow.
and then you get to the major leagues. So if
Yes.
some people are really go from single A to double A, and if you're really good at double A, you could jump straight to the pros. like Midre went the whole route. But when Midre got to Double A, he made his name. When Triple A got to the big leagues.
The big leagues.
But you have to go through 6 different levels. So if they were to sign somebody from home now, they're gonna send them to what they call extended spring training.
Extended spring
That's
training.
the draft happening. So you go to extended spring training. After that's done, you go to like short season A, which is almost like an extended version of rookie ball.
Rookie ball. Yeah.
Then after that's done, they put you in spring training, and in spring training, it's like a bunch of people competing for jobs. You'll see hundreds of people for these 6 rosters, and they'll
Wow.
turn them out like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Baseball.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Baseball, it's so tough. It's so tough. And before I kind of talk about that, I want to kind of give a an idea about Terry getting drafted in the second round. That's equivalent to like being a first rounder in the NBA basketball. That's a big deal. A second round pick. It's amazing. And I kind of want to touch on what Terry was talking about in college as far as being a pitcher, and he was throwing fastballs in the 7th inning, and he was challenging the best hitter. That's what scouts like about a baseball player. They want to see your fastball. If Terry was throwing a lot of curveballs, a lot of off-speed changeups, sliders, cutters and stuff, the scouts wouldn't have been so much attractive to him because, like he said, that the scout said you got a lot of heart, and that's what scouts like to see. If you have they always say if you have a big arm, meaning high velocity fastball, they want to see you using it. They want to see you challenging hitters, and that's what's going to attract scouts. So, I just want to kind of talk about that so people who watching kind of have an idea about that, and does the importance about recognizing your talent. Like he recognized his talent, and he had heart, and he just put it together, and that got him to be a second round draft pick. Which is amazing. I mean, you can't really say so much about it, but minor leagues, Tegan. It's tough, man. It's tough. Like Terry, Terry, how was it? Talk about the bus rides in minor leagues because people don't realize sometimes you be on 5-hour bus rides, 15-hour bus rides, 19-hour bus rides in the minor leagues. So
Tegan, in the minor leagues, you get like, let's say in 6 months, you get maybe 4 days off. That's it.
Wow.
And then you have the All-Star break. The All-Star break might give you 3 days off. But what you have to realize is your days off is when you're coming from your longest road trip. So you might take a 6-hour bus ride. The game finished, let's say 11 o'clock at night. You get home 8 o'clock in the morning, but it's your off day. What are you going to do with your off day? You're going straight to sleep.
Sleep, you can't do nothing.
You're back at the field. So the minor league was every single day. You think you could leave for a funeral? You better be your mother or father.
It's true.
It don't work like that. And you know how we come from a community where we love our aunts, uncles, cousins. Like they don't see it that way. But it was a different beast because I get to see what commitment looks like and what people really have to do to really make it. And talent is one thing, but it's the talent, it's the being there, it's the sometimes in corporation you got to get close to the boss. I can't do it. I ain't cut.
Here's one thing I want to ask you. You can hear me? Let me interject. Because I was a point guard, so I pretty much know I had to run the whole scheme in terms of basketball wise. I had a lot of responsibilities on my hand in terms of not only knowing my plays, but knowing where everybody needs to be, knowing time, scoring, possession, knowing when to pass, when to do. My playbook was about this thick. In baseball, being a pitcher, what was your responsibility? Did you study players? What was it like in terms of the film room? How did you adapt in terms of studying the game, and how did it help you?
So what we would have to do is, when you didn't pitch, you used to have to sit in the stands and keep a chat. So that chart was your main thing to know what to do. So you have to really meet with other pitchers to say, okay, we used to chart every pitch. Fastball, curveball, low and high, wherever the location is, every single pitch. If they make contact, solid contact, everything we used to track. So I know this dude could hit fastballs down and away because I keep in the charts. So the more I kept charts and the more I studied other charts, the better I was prepared to face other hitters. We don't really have a playbook per se, but I know if you, the last time we faced each other, you hit 4 doubles, we hit 4 doubles and our curveball. Why gonna load for your curveball up there? I can't do that. But some people don't really study it like that. But you have to if you want to beat somebody. You can't just say, "Oh, I'm gonna go on backs because this man is a backs and I is a backs. I could beat him." No, you get knocked out. You know this man fast. You don't know if he's blocking. You don't know where his hands are at. So I need to know who hands are quick on the inside, who can hit that inside fastball. Because I like to pitch intimidating. If I gonna miss inside. I gonna beat me. So what? I could live with it because then you gonna be coward to get in the box, and now you open up the whole outside corner for me. Because I could nibble on the outside corner, and you scared because you think I'm gonna beam you, and then when I come back and bust your ass inside, you're gonna be like, "Wow, this man could still throw strikes." Yes, you didn't move out the way, so be it. But that's what I used to try to do to keep my mark on it. You have to have some type of intimidating factor. Some people would miss inside and hit somebody and be like, "Ah, man, I get away." I used to be like, "Give me the ball, man. There we go. Next." Because the second I show that I wild, I second guessing myself. And now these men gonna be like, "Oh, he's gonna try not to hit anybody," and then you're gonna lay by fastball over the middle of the plate, and your neck broke because you got a double or a home run or some nonsense happening.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And then you also got to know the counts the hitters swing at. Like you will see a hitter. Some hitters will swing on trio. Some hitters might not swing on trio. Some hitters might swing on 2-0. Some hitters might swing on 2-0. So, it's so much to pitching. It's so much. Talk about how important it is for a pitcher-catcher relationship.
Very important because the most important thing about pitching is strike one.
Yeah.
You need strike one. Everything else is just hearsay. Because if you and your catcher ain't on the same team, your catcher could be tipping off hitters. Your catcher don't want to see the best interest in you. He just want to get one of his partner them in the game to finish off strong and look better. So I always used to make sure that me and my catchers them had a good relationship. Unfortunately for me, all of them, majority of them were Latin players, and you know how it is. When we go to pro ball, we stick with them Latin players because that's what we know. That's all we know. Because in my experience, in spring training, it may start off with 20 African Americans, but by the time it's done, they have one on each team. You don't have two on each team.
Wow.
Unless you're in the major leagues. You have one on each team.
It was that bad?
So you start off in spring training, hanging with some dudes, and just know one eye you ain't gonna be there.
It's true.
Wow, Mumba. I didn't know that. I just learned something today. That's crazy.
It's crazy. It's not that many black athletes, not that many African American baseball players, man. Sometimes you might be the only one on your team, So sometimes it might be only like 5 in the whole organization.
Many times.
Yeah. So baseball, man. Baseball is tricky. Baseball is a lot of adversity. It's so much adversity, so much you got to deal with. So much you got to deal with. Then you still got the politics as well that goes into it. Also, with baseball. So it's a tough sport, man. It's a tough sport. And pitching is like, pitching is the hardest position. In a way, it is the hardest position. Just because it's so much you got to do. There's so much you got to do. Like Terry said, after you pitch, you got to condition. You got to keep track on all the hitters, and the pitch counts, and then make sure you have an important pitcher relationship and stuff like that. You got to be able to trust your catcher. Your catcher got to be able to trust you and stuff. Sometimes your catcher might put on a sign. You might not want that sign. You might want to try different pitch, and then you got to have that trust within each other. So it's so much, in the game.
Let me get you with this, Mumba, because I've been saying this for a couple of years. I always think outside the box. But I've been always noticing they're trying to push more African Americans in baseball. Do you think this is the ideal time right now to get a lot of Virgin Island baseball players into the system because they want to have so many more African American athletes among everybody else?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's a perfect time. I mean, we the thing with basketball and baseball, you have the better opportunity to make it in a way just because your height, doesn't really have anything to do with it. Like in basketball, Tegan, your height plays a factor in a way. Your speed depends on your skill set and stuff like that. But with baseball, and then with basketball, you have 5 positions. With baseball, you got 9. So you have so many different options, and you could kind of stand out in so many different positions. And like you said, is a lack of a
And
lot
so
of
many more leads. I didn't know you guys have so much leads. We don't have that much lead.
yeah.
You have college and that's it. The pro overseas and NBA. That's it. You don't have no AA, AAA, IAA, summer league. No, sir. You got to make one of these 3. You go on pump gas by Safeway. That's it.
You'll be surprised. This COVID-19 might change all of that, though. You see
That's
that
true.
Wow.
Yeah.
They just released a bunch of minor leaguers.
Yeah, they released a lot of minor leaguers. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Tegan. They released a lot of minor leaguers. So, like Terry said, the COVID-19, it might change a lot of stuff, man. So, hopefully, in time, they
might
probably bring them back.
Maybe one.
Yeah. So. But we have a lot of great baseball players from the Virgin Islands. So, the kids back home have so many opportunities to kind of get a head start than what we was, where Terry was, where Major was. There are so many great Virgin Island athletes that they could look up to, have an idea, have them be prepared. So when they go to college or when they go to the minor leagues, they'll be more prepared and stuff like that. Because baseball is just all about the knowledge and knowing what you got to do and prepare you and stuff like that. I could, like this question I asked Terry. Terry, what pitches did you pitch when you pitched back home at St. Croix? What was the pitches that you used to pitch?
For seam fastball, curveball, nothing else.
Nothing else. Now,
Nothing else.
how important when you got to
That's
the?
all,
Go
that's
ahead.
all I really knew about.
Okay.
That's all I really knew about.
So when you got to college and the minor leagues, how important it was to have a changeup?
Ooh, when I got to college, that's when I developed a changeup. Mumba, I have a wicked changeup. Like wicked. I could try a fastball at 92 miles per hour, and I could drop a changeup on you like 73, 74 with endless movement.
Wow.
But I developed that.
That's Pedro Martinez changeup lifetime.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was my idol. I learned his grip. I used to put my hand on the ball just like Pedro. And when I used to release that fan used to just whap. But it was so.
See, Terry, you think I didn't know shit about baseball, eh? You think I didn't know shit about baseball? I know, Pedro.
Yep. It got more important than my fastball because when you get behind and a hitters count 2-0, that man's sitting on a fastball so they can hit it out the park.
Yeah.
I never throw a 2-0 fastball. I can throw you a 2-0 changeup. Or if I throw a fastball, it's got to be a 2-seamer. It got to be a 2-seamer. I can't throw you nothing straight because if I try it straight, they're going to hit it hard. Guaranteed. The man in pro ball don't miss fastballs. Everybody could hit a fastball. But the changeup became very important because it's disguised as a fastball. There's no change to your arm motion. There's no more pressure on your arm. My curveball was not good. All I had to do was bounce my curveball in the dirt a couple of times. But my changeup, I could have thrown for strikes just like my fastball. And if you don't have 2 pitches you can really control, it's going to hurt you because all they're going to do is wait for the fastball. Then the one they're going to throw as a strike. So if you could throw a curveball as a strike, they're going to sit on your fastball. They're going to wait for the curveball. And then man ain't stupid. Then man going to hit you hard, son.
Yeah, that's true. And that's what I'm glad you said that because that's what we was talking about, we like Terry experienced, college baseball and minor league baseball as well as me. And Tegan, you experience, college basketball and professional basketball. So now we have this experience. So when we meet a kid from the Virgin Islands and they're pursuing basketball or baseball, if it's a pitcher, we could kind of prepare him for college and major and professional, because we could teach him a changeup, we could teach him a cutter, we could teach him a curveball, a fastball. Tegan, say that with basketball. If you got point guard, you want him to work on what? Being a point guard, controlling the game, being able to lock down defense, be able to hit that set shot from the outside, be able to work, the pick and roll. So it's so much intangibles in the game that we experience. But when we was playing, we didn't have that knowledge. But now we have that knowledge. So now kids in the Virgin Islands, they could have a head start just because of our experience, So that's what I was kind of getting at as far as, the kids back home pursuing baseball or basketball. They have so much people that experience it that, they could get a real head start and get a better opportunity to make it than what we had.
So let me jump in. So T, let me jump in a second. Let's talk about education, because we didn't talk about that a lot. Even though I know you went private school and stuff like that, you had a very good education. But for a lot of the youngsters, because the Virgin Islands is so rich in talent in terms of raw talent, a lot of the kids then believe you can just jump in the sport and just play. They have no idea that education goes hand in hand with all of these different sports, whether it's basketball, baseball, golf, whatever. Can you speak a little bit more about education and baseball and how you need it in terms of pursuing your goal?
For me, it started at home because my mother knew the one thing to get under my skin was to tell me I couldn't go play a sport. So I used to play baseball, tennis, and basketball. So the first thing she used to take away was basketball, because she knew I was good at baseball, but she knew that used to give me the most joy. Because I go in and play ball with all my friends, and we playing on dot court, in Grove, wherever, and the tar court them I used to have we playing on. That was my fun. That's where I get to go and chill. But for me, if I brought home a C, my mother used to take away sports to me. And I used to hate it. I used to hate that more than anything else in the world. So I know if she gonna take away what I love the most, I can't be slouching on my grades. And I never really used to slouch on my grades because of that. And it just always stuck with me whenever it come to education. Like I went to junior college 2 years in and I graduated in 2 years. I didn't need nothing extra, no nothing. I didn't take any remedial courses to start. I just went in, graduate, and went out because I had that instilled at me from home, where if this is what you want, this is what you have to do. So like now is the equivalent of taking away cell phone and tablet and them thing. But if I were back then, you take away my cell phone, my tablet. What I hate is my freedom. I don't want my freedom. I want to go outside. I don't want to be inside. You take away outside, why in the house bawling like a little child, man?
So let me ask you this. This is very funny. This is very funny. So here's this one, Mumba. Here's one.
I know I had to bring it.
Yeah.
I know I had to bring it. And the thing with books is you could be good at anything you put yourself to. So you might not know math, but apply yourself a little bit. Try it. Fail. Try it again. I ain't saying fail the course. Fail the question at hand. And try it again. Because you could overcome anything you want. Just try it. So all you gotta do is try. And that's all I used to do is try. If I miss it, write it down. You know what kind of learner you are, whether you visual, audio you are, write it down. However works for you, apply it to yourself towards your education, because that's what you're gonna need.
So let me ask you this too. Now let me go to the professional, because a lot of people know all of us was able to go on the professional route. I'm gonna use my example in terms of basketball. When I used to watch so many European players from China, players from Serbia, and all these different places coming to the NBA. When I go to all these different countries and I play against some of these guys, I am so much better than these guys. And it kind of opened my eyes like, dude, this ain't all about talent sometimes. It's a lot about economics. A team would rather take a team from China or Japan who is less than you just because of that market. So you have to really get involved in terms of the economics of the business sometimes. It's not all about talent. people think it's just talent. It's not. I see the same thing in baseball somewhat. They're always going to pay $50 million for this dude in Japan, $20 million for this dude. These men really that good? Because you guys are pro. These men really that good? This is just a complete psyop.
Some of them are good, but they ain't that good. Because we would have the same talent to be able to compete with them. So I'll tell you, real talk, one of my biggest struggles in baseball was making sure I didn't fuck it up for the next man coming. I didn't want Mumba to have to deal with the stigma that these VI man want to fight, these VI man want to do this. Because they'll label you as soon as you get in there. They're going to label you. So that was my biggest plight, to make sure, like, all right, Terry, hold your head, don't lose your head, don't box down this man, because you're going to ruin it for everybody else behind you. Because trust me, they don't do it to all of you. And that's where one of my biggest plight was, is like, if somebody do me something, I want to beat this man now. He won't get it. But then it's like, nope, because if I beat this man, he have a better voice than me. He gonna go to the coach, they gonna take his word, I gonna get suspended, I gonna get released, I gonna get reprimanded. No matter what happens in that situation. Just like these police, same thing. But so I had to keep myself, like, I had to control myself. Some man like Mumba could come through. So them man like Jarrell and them could come through. Because they knew me as a nice island boy who was just carefree. But they didn't know how much time they were going to get jumped. They didn't know how much time they were just going. As a second on the ass.
Facts, bullet.
Hey.
That's one of the main things. Yeah. And that's one of the main things you really want to do. So like, them man who getting them big money, somebody before them set the way for them so that they know that they could invest in them, and that's a good investment. I ain't gonna invest in this man and he gonna go and blow my money or whatever. Or he ain't gonna stick around. They feel safer with them man because they're gonna come to this country and just focus on their craft more than anything else. Well, them, you know how that goes. You already know how that goes. They'll take a shot, but if we get our shot, we can't fuck it up. We cannot fuck it up. Because if we do, we burn in 6, 7, 10 man behind we. Now these men don't get a fair shake because Terry backs up somebody.
Tegan, he 100% correct, Tegan, because I'll tell you this quick, kind of a quick story. Because Terry got drafted in, the second time was in 1999, right?
Yeah.
Terry? Yeah. So yes. I was, so when I went to college, Tegan, and I started playing baseball, and scouts started to come, you know, they'll talk to you, and then, you know, he would, I remember the guy asking me, he was like, hey, you know Terry Byron? I was like, yeah, I play against him in Little League. He was like, really? He was like, man, he has a good arm. He's a good pitcher. He's with the Florida Marlins. I was like, really? He was like, yeah. I was like, wow. So what he's saying about that stigma, it's true, because the way how you conduct yourself and the way how you carry yourself, you know, it will help for other players down the road and stuff like that. You know, it will help a lot.
Especially coming from the Virgin Islands, for sure.
Yeah, coming from the Virgin Islands. Yeah, because they would always ask me about Calvin Pickering. They would always ask me about Major Cummins all the time. They was like, man, nice guys, great guys, man, tough guys. And they always, one thing I could tell you, they used to always say, man, you guys from the Virgin Islands, you guys got a lot of heart. We just wish it had more of you guys. They always used to tell me that. Always.
Yeah. Big up Pico. Big up Pico. Big up Pico. Pico, them man paved the way for we, because them man still had to deal with the same adversities. And like when I was getting drafted in 99, one of the big things that used to happen a lot, you remember McKeel been in Fort Lauderdale and going to school?
Yeah.
When McKeel was going to school, me and McKeel used to talk. And the same thing you saying, them scouts used to try and pick my brain and McKeel and pick his brain at me. Do you think McKeel has a temper? Do you think McKeel this? And I used to be there like, what? Carl Kilo, hey, them are asking about you up here, you know. Listen, make sure, boom, 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 but we look out for each other. We had to. We had to, yeah. Because them man was, it's happened before in St. Croix, you know. I ain't gonna call no name.
Wow.
But man in St. Croix before have told scouts stuff about people like, no, that man is a gangster. And the scouts would pack up their stuff and just leave. Sit on the island and drink rum, party, but then they gone. just because somebody who didn't like you say, yeah, this man is a gangster, or this
Yeah.
man
That's
like to
crazy.
hang around this crowd. A lot of man careers have been ended in baseball because of individuals who ain't even want to give them the fair shake. Let a man go, do what he got to do, because when you're away from your family and your friend, it opens up who you are, you know, because you got nobody to rely on. Then you get to see what a beast is made of. What are you actually made of? So
Yes.
a lot of people get shut on because of that. And I ain't gonna call no name, but I know a lot of good players from home
Wow.
that people have said stuff about them. And it only
That's
take that
true.
one little sentence.
Man, look, I'm just soaking in everything you telling me. I mean, you don't even know how much your story really moving me right now. This is just facts. I hope the VI really, really enjoying this because, man, people just think you just leave, you just got talent, and you just leave and go out there and then make $1 million. They never really see the struggles and the journey and all the things you have been through. And what you're saying right now is gonna wake up so many young athletes to let them know, hey, you gotta be mentally tough, you gotta be prepared. This ain't no cakewalk. Are you ready to go through this fight? And if you are, let's do it. But if you're not, don't waste our time.
It's true. It's true, man. It's true. 100% true, man. And talk about Makil. You and Makil got drafted in the same year, correct? Right? You guys got drafted in the
Yeah,
same year?
he was in the third round.
Yeah,
Yo,
third
we had
round. And
two VIP people. I was second, he was third.
Tegan,
We run the draft that year.
that's historic to have two Virgin Islands athletes get
Yeah.
drafted in the first 3 rounds. That's amazing. Like that's amazing. That's amazing.
Now, Makil was a bad boy. And I must say, I'm actually very proud of Makil because Makil actually now is on St. Croix, helping a lot of youths, him and BB.
Yes.
They do a lot of camps. I mean, I am so proud of those guys because they never really sat back and said, you know what, I did my time. Let me just go and relax. They came back and tried to advance future Virgin Island athletes. That's one of the things I'm doing. So when I see guys like that doing that, I am just so proud and so humble to see guys do that. So all the love to Makila and Baby, man, two of my good friends.
Yeah.
And man, I can't wait for you to come home and we have a big camp with you because I need to see this 97. You said you can still try that 97.
Nah. Big
Hey,
up
we
Pico.
gonna
Pico,
find out
big up.
sooner or later. Because you know what's gonna happen? Somebody gonna want to talk trash and they're gonna wake up the beast and they're gonna get it.
You don't want to wake up the beast.
Trust me.
I
You
feel
don't
you.
want
I
to.
No,
feel
he need to
you.
wake you up here. Because even today I went running because I said, man, I gotta get back in shape because I need to show these man what time it is.
I feel you, son.
Yeah,
I feel
man.
you.
It's true, man.
I'm up.
It's true. Hey, people don't realize how
Serious
tough
competitor.
minor
And one thing I
league
want to say,
baseball is.
Tegan,
People don't realize how tough it is, man. Go ahead, Terry. Go ahead.
there's no sleep. There's no sleep because if the game done at 11 o'clock, when the game done, the only place you got to eat is whatever is open at 11 o'clock if you ain't cook. And if you on the road, you have to eat when the game done. So the game done, you gotta
Wow.
wait for the pitcher to done running. It's another 45 minutes. Only place open is Applebee's or something. But then you have team lift at 10 o'clock in the morning. So now you tired from being at the field from 1 o'clock in the afternoon. You leave at 11:45. You have team lift at 10. And then the bus leaving to the park at 1. And this is usually almost every day. You don't have team lift, but then you're gonna have to deal with the bus going to the park at 1 o'clock every day. Every day. Game starts 7, you're at the park at 1 o'clock.
One
And this
o'clock.
is
Yep.
every day grind. Every day grind.
Every
And
day.
Crazy.
every day grind.
And Tegan, like Terry said, in the whole season, you got like 4 to 5 days off. So you were playing like 17 games in a row, 25 games in a row, Tegan. This is something you have to be doing all the time. All the time. Something you would go on a 5-game road trip or a 10-game road trip. You play 5 games in one city. After you go to the next city, so you might not even play at your home ballpark in like 10 games or maybe 15 games. So it is so hard that people don't realize how
Look,
tough
man,
it
look,
is.
I'm gonna tell both of you guys, man. I gotta applaud you guys because I'm humble. Dude, I used to complain playing 2 games a week and flying business class. I'm pissed I don't got first class when I fly to city. I'm like, what the hell? How you gonna put me in business class, my son? My legs are all cramped up. I need to play 40 minutes tomorrow. I need to be in first class. Are you guys telling me you there a 16-hour bus? Well,
Yeah, yeah,
I
man.
am humble.
It's oh man, that's funny. Yeah, man. That's how it is. It's tough. People don't realize it. People hear you get drafted and they think it's all fine and dandy, but you know, and being from the Virgin Islands, as Terrico said this, it's so much is the odds is stacked against you. Your skin color, you from the islands, is only a few of you. It's tough. It's hard. It's so hard. You know, so hard, man.
Awesome story, man. I love it.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
loving it. T, continue. I want to hear more stuff.
So
Give me
Terry,
some more stuff, man.
So Terry, talk about pitching in you pitched in Panama, right? Winter League one season.
Oh man, yeah, I
You
did.
talk about that experience.
I did. That was hey, Panama is one of the best places that I've been to on any trips because they love us down there. They love us down there.
Wow.
They're the Kawi Rakatakas. Like Panama,
Uh,
Panama is like big reggae, big seafood.
Wow.
Their culture is very rich. But playing down there, I really got to compete against current professional players at that time. So like I pitch against Roberto Kelly, Olmedo Sainz,
Oh wow.
Carlos Lee.
wow,
All these men were Panamanians. But then you have people from
wow.
Double A and Triple A playing there. But it was very fun. I feel like playing in a professional setting, being home. That's the closest I've ever had to
And
like feeling
not to interject, right?
like at home.
But Panama has the same accent like we, remember? Because I played in
Pan-
Panama for a tournament with the national team. They have the same
wow.
accent like we. They speak Spanish, but when they speak English, the accent is exactly the same. You
That's
swear that man is
crazy.
crucial.
Yep,
It's
Wow.
crazy.
yep. So
That's
much
amazing,
reggae,
man.
so much sancocho, but it was just like Little League baseball because you still had them pan licking, them both hand blowing. You got tons of people in the stands. I used to get up for that. Minor league, them man only coming for Tusty Thursday for beer, and if it's
Yeah.
fireworks night. If it's Tusty Thursday or fireworks night, your park
Yeah.
got like 10,000 people.
That's true.
Other than that, you got about just the pitchers in the stands, the scouts in the stands, and
Empty.
the people that who want to see us play.
Ah,
But
it's
it used to be
crazy.
so
It's
light.
crazy.
So
I never
Terry,
had cheerleaders in baseball.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, no cheerleaders. We have it good as UT gun.
No.
No.
uh, so
So let me
Terry's.
ask you. Let me ask you something. Let
Go
me
ahead.
go, Mumba.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me bring it home because, man, look, I am 41 years old. I know you're older than me, but your story right now
No, same
is
age.
Same
your
Same
age.
age.
your story. Oh, okay, good, good. Your story right now is really like uplifting my spirit. Do you think the Virgin Islands need to do more in terms of capturing stories like yourself? Because I guarantee if a lot of young people hear your story, man, Mumba's story, my story, we could move wave of young Virgin Islanders. How you feel like the Virgin Islands never really captivate these stories and just put it in a capsule? You don't have to be on a wall for people to bow down and praise you, but just the fact that you came from the Virgin Islands and you went and become somebody special that all these people can adore you. What would you like to say to the leaders and the young people and who watching and everybody who's watching on live right now? What we need to do to really get your story on the map?
You know what I would like to say? I don't think is my story that's needed. What I think is needed is I need to be more like UT Gang. Because you see where you there? You boots on the ground, you can make a change for the people home. That's one of the things that I think I would like to do at some point is to be there to kind of guide the people them, and then I could deal with whatever the leaders they need to do. But the leaders, I would that's big for me. So like how you say, Makil the home, you the home, people who have been through some struggles to teach the youth them. We need more of them. Because when I was home in St. Croix, we had a lot of people helping with baseball. But in my terms, I love the fact of what they're doing. But we know their talent ain't been where ours been. Not to downplay what
Yes.
anybody's doing.
It's
Not to
true.
downplay what anybody's doing. But if people like me been home, GB been home, JD, Pico, you think anybody could touch the talent that we have in the islands? Me, Dre. We will be pushing people out of there to go on to do great things. And I just think it really needs an effort from us to come back because it's there. You just have to wake it up in the kids. And if they see us there in Man League, see us there picking up people for practice after we done work, seeing us boots on the ground, talking to the youth. So like one of the things I wanted to do when I got growth is that I try and talk to the youth them in growth. I've been in banking, we don't talk about finances. But to be honest, I can't put that on the leaders. I got to put it on those who have the talent and the knowledge that really ain't there, guiding the youth them. And I put that on me. I will put that on me because I know if I was there, ain't no way I ain't gonna be out doing something. Big up Jamila. Jamila coaching some girls in softball. Let me tell you, when I was playing softball, them girls are doing ups and drops. Them girls ain't doing ups and drops no more, my friend. Them girls competing seriously. So people like her, big up Jamila, big up BB, Bobo, all them man that putting their boots on the ground to get the youths them moving in the right direction.
There you go.
And I think that's what we really need. The VI could take our stories and share our stories, which is good, but we're gonna do it ourselves. Look at Mumbai reach out to me. As soon as Mumbai reach out to me, I'm like, of course, because you know I got your back, you don't know what time it is. Anything to let the people them know that we still here, we still representing. Everywhere we go, we fly VI till we die. But we really, if we could get, people with good knowledge home, the man, we got them youths on a different path. Because we gonna speak their language.
That's
And that's
true.
Mumba,
what
can
they
I give
need.
him a round of applause? Can I just
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
dude, I am extremely moved because you know when you meet somebody who have the same passion like yourself, and you just like, dude, when I wanted to make the change in terms of basketball, I was looking around wondering why so many people weren't doing things for the kids and stuff like that. And then one day something just hit me in the heart. I said, well, why don't you do it? You weren't about what everybody else doing, but what you doing? And the fact that that thing hit my heart so bad, I said to myself one day, you know what? When I retire, I'm gonna dedicate my life to help a lot more Virgin Island athletes get to the next level, regardless who do it. And the fact that you said the same thing, man, dude, I just got a copy. I said, dude, hurry up, come home. I'm sending you a
Yeah,
ticket
man.
today.
Respect.
Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Terry and Tiga,
Hey,
man. Go ahead, Terry.
yeah, but that's where it really lies because you could point fingers and say this man ain't training them good, but guess what? If you've been there, you'd have to show this man. So when I home, if I see kids on a baseball field, I pull it over, I stop it, I talking with them. I ain't trying to be like this is who I am. I just point out pointers and I got 'em. But I really should tell them, hey, I've done this or I've done that before. So they don't just be like, listen, you know this old man think he did. And I said, give me the ball, let me show you something. What? What? How you do that? Don't worry about that. But I really need to explain, like, listen, I've been where you were at. I've exceeded at it. I've gone to this level. This is how I got here. This was my downfall. Let me help you get over what my shortcomings are.
Beautiful.
And
Beautiful, brother.
we
Beautiful.
we
That's
we
love.
we, we done running the music well, you know. I don't listen to only VI music. Now we just need to power athletes back on the path. We do have athletes doing great things, but
Yeah.
they need that. We had Harry Clark Mumba. We had Elmo. Them
Elmo
man been
Plaskett, yeah.
professionals. Them man give us them man show we like, listen, this is how practice goes. Batting practice, infield. Before I always just go to practice and take batting practice and we got. We got.
Yeah.
But you go practice with Harry, G Nix, Wayne Holly. These men have a system in place. You go condition, you go practice, you go take BP, then you go condition again, and then you're gonna do what's called situational baseball, where you're actually talking through scenarios. They were big on that. And that helped
Yeah.
me a lot. And right now, like I felt when I left St. Croix, I had a lot of knowledge. But when I first left, I was probably like 13 to playing this thing in Texas. And I was only good at throwing, hitting, and running. I wasn't good at that situational stuff. I didn't know when
Situation,
somebody gonna
yeah.
bunt.
Wow.
But if we could do stuff like that, if we practice coaching teams, and then we have a day where, hey, this is simulated baseball. You ain't got no balls and none. Double hit, pitcher, where are you going? So if you teach them fundamentals, when they go on to the next level, that's what they're really teaching. You already know it. You're gonna be ahead of the game. Now you could really work on yourself instead of learning the game in another dimension.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
it's true.
Man,
And you know,
this thing is moving right now, Mumba. Look, I know you were saying an hour and a half, but I could go all day with my boy Terry himself. What? You really moving me, brother.
yeah,
Your spirit
no,
hitting me.
yeah, man.
I'm enjoying your interview.
Yeah,
It's
everything.
real, you know what I'm saying?
Respect.
It's from the heart. When you
Yeah,
speak from the heart, it's something different.
yeah, everything he's saying is correct, man. You know, that's why, you know, we honoring all the VA athletes. You know, we having these conversations about getting together, you know, be able to host some camps, host some clinics, you know, being able to talk to the youth, them, you know, and teach them and stuff like that. We had this same conversation with our Tyron Alec. You know, we had this conversation with Pang. We had this conversation with Shotgun. As we continue to talk to the multiple athletes and legends and even other people in the culture, we all got to, you know, come together as one. You know, people in the music business, people in the, you know, the clothing business, people in the food business and stuff like that. Once we all, you know, help one another, we could help the youths them and stuff like that. You know, we can't wait on other people to do it. We just gotta go ahead and do it. Like Tegan already start. Like Jamelia, she's doing her thing. Renee, Makil, they are helping the youths them. If I forget any name, I apologize. But I guess some people down there helping the youth. And once we could set something up, and us who live in the States, we could come down for a week, come down for 2 weeks. Oh, go ahead.
No, just saying Cookie Dog trying out names out there.
Oh, yeah, man. So once we could get together, man, and hold a clinic, you know, baseball, basketball, and be able to just talk to the youths them and stuff. I'll say this real quick. Me and KLX Krabby from St. Thomas, he's with the Texas Rangers organization. Yeah, he's with the Texas Rangers organization, and we had this talk about maybe 3 years ago or 4 years ago, trying to do something for the youths them and stuff. You know, I got in contact with him. He's supposed to call me. We're gonna talk about it. And once we start reaching out to other people and we having these conversations, we could actually set something up where we could take time off work, who lives in the States, and we could set something up and we could come down and we could just get back to the youths them, man. You know, get back to the youths them, give them confidence, give them somebody to look up to, you know. Yeah, man.
And don't forget, Mumba and T, you guys got a contact with me and Jamila because we work for Sports Park and Recreation. So
yeah,
we's your guy. So you holler at we gonna try and get this thing done and we just keep this thing going, man.
Yeah, keep this thing going, you know. So Terry, kind of explain to Tegan about spring training, the difficulties, the hardships of spring training baseball, which is, I think, is kind of, it could be
spring training
as
baseball
bad as minor league season.
Spring training is the worst. Me and JD were just talking about this the other day.
Big up to JD.
Let's say you're playing, say if you're playing baseball, right, Tegan, right? And you work out all summer, all off season, and they're going to do your body fat index, and you above 12% body fat, 13% body fat, you have to go to fat camp.
That's true.
You hear what I just said? Well, you know, we have that in basketball. Because I was actually talking about that the other day. People don't understand at the professional level. When you come in and them man weigh you, basketball is different though. If you overweight, the man giving you a period of time to drop that weight. If you don't drop that weight, the man's charging you to $1,000 to $5,000 per pound. So, say for instance, this is supposed to come in at 190. If I come in at 195, that's $5,000 out of my pocket.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Damn. In baseball, you used to be in fat camp, and you couldn't come out of fat camp until you got to your body fat index below or their desired weight. So fat camp is you show up an hour early every day before spring training. Do an hour water conditioning.
Tell him what time.
Every single day.
Tell him what time was it though? Hour before. That's so that you probably will be showing up. See?
5:45.
5:45 every day, Tegan.
Wait, let me stop. Let me stop
This
you,
is
T.
not
Let me
this is
stop you.
not
Up.
your regular
Wait,
spring
wait, wait,
training
wait.
day.
Wait. So that means you guys have a lot of knowledge about this. Don't tell me you guys show up fat. Come on.
Oh, nah. No.
Okay.
Terry?
Oh, T, stop it.
JD been fat camp too. Imagine that.
Oh,
JD been in fat camp too. I put
JD?
JD out there. Dude, I walk out. I remember back then I had your boy taking Xenadrin and all this shit. So I come back all lock up like, yeah, ready. Then man do my body index and say 14%. I said, dude, I've never been in this great of shape. Fat camp. Then for
Wow.
pitchers, we used to have to run a mile in 5 minutes and 45 seconds.
Woo,
And if you couldn't do that
that's
mile,
fast.
you couldn't start
Yeah.
practicing.
That's true.
That's fast.
And the mile you running in a winding track, which is sand. So after you done do one lap, you jump in out the other people's hole so you don't twist your ankle. But you had to do that 5 minutes and 45-second mile, or
That's
you could not
crazy.
go practice.
Yes.
That would failing that puts you in fat camp too. Then after
But
that,
that's crazy.
It is.
At least basketball.
let's say you're a regular
You
player.
guys get 5:45. Wow.
Yep.
Woo. That's tough.
And if you're a regular player, you get to spring training maybe 7:30. They probably have like a 7:40. Well, you get at 7. They got like a 7:45 stretch. So you stretch with all the other position players or all the other pitchers. After you stretch, you do a conditioning. After your conditioning done, you got different stations. So you have a station for pitching. You have a station for working on what they call PFPs, pitchers field in practice.
Yeah.
So you're running all over the field, backing up. Then after that, you going to shot BP. So you in the outfield catching everybody, batting practice ball. After you finish with batting practice, you go on condition now. After you done condition, if there are games, no, you gotta go to the game. If you pitching in the game, you have to do 50% conditioning because you had the other 50% after the game was done.
That's crazy.
Yeah?
But let me ask you, that don't apply to the
every day
major
went.
leagues.
And if the game was
That's just for the
almost
minor
same thing.
leagues.
Huh?
That don't apply to the major leagues. That's just the minor leagues.
Yeah. Major leagues, or you do what you want.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Big Papi can't
Different
run no
ballgame.
damn
When you get to the major
5:45 miles.
leagues,
Big Papi cannot run no 5:45.
yeah.
Big Papi. Yeah.
No way, Mamba.
Tegan, Major League Baseball has the best organization ever, best union. Them Major League players don't have to. If you're a coach and you say, I need you to go run, they don't watch a coach and be like, bitch, you go run.
It's true.
And the
That's
coach
true.
can't do them nothing. Nobody can do them nothing. Once they're in the major league.
Wow.
Yeah.
They basically write their own ticket. So in the
Yeah.
minor leagues, you have all these drug tests. You get drug tests from the minor league system. You get drug tests from Major League Baseball. When the major leaguers rehabbing, they'll come and say it's drug test day. The major leaguers watch them like, who? Me? Not me. And major leaguers didn't have to at all. They were exempt.
Wow. That's crazy.
So it was a different ballgame. But spring training, it was hot. It's in the hottest cities, Arizona, Florida. You got them bugs out in the morning, the sun beating. It just used to be miserable.
That's crazy.
Like
man.
you ever finish doing something and you know you're sleeping at 1 o'clock every day, 1:30. And if you ain't playing and you leave the park, let's say you leave the park at 1 o'clock, you ain't going on the beach to hang out and then you're going straight to sleep.
Straight to sleep.
And then they got something like dinner in a hotel for you at 6, and then they got coffee at 9 o'clock.
And you gotta do that all
And
back
if
again.
you buy coffee, you get fined. Yeah, all again. And the coaches.
So let me switch it a little bit. I always like to give a little switch. Sorry, T. Let me switch it a little bit. I always like to give a little quick hitter for some of the fans that watch it. Give me your top 5 major league players. And give me a top 5 Virgin Islands players, baseball edition, any order you want, any generation you want, excluding yourself, of course. Let me start with VI first. And go
Your favorite the players that your personal favorite.
Our VI. Top 5 VI players. Ooh.
Yeah, your personal favorite.
I'll leave his back itself. I still leave his backside for last. JD.
JD, yes.
JD Clark.
JD Clark.
My father. I look up to my father a whole lot. Harris Clark.
Harris Clark.
Legend,
yes.
Yankees.
I got 2 more. Yeah, there you go. VI, Dave Bobby Llanos.
Okay.
Bobby was a tough pitcher back in the day. He was fearless. And Eddie Williams.
Okay, Eddie Williams, yeah.
Eddie, that's my boy. Eddie, rest in peace. Eddie was
Rest in peace, yeah, man. Good choices, man.
Now,
Good choices.
Professional. Midre make the professional list. Lucky backside. So put Midre in there. Dwight Gooden, Darryl Strawberry,
Okay.
Barry U.S. Bonds, and I try and think of a 5th one. You got a lot.
Your boy,
Edgar
man.
Martinez. Edgar Martinez.
Oh, Edgar Martinez? Okay.
Edgar. I like Edgar. I thought you were going with Griffey.
Barry Bonds, man.
I thought you were going with Griffey, but yeah, for Griffey.
I thought you were going to pick Pedro.
No.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll tell you the truth. Pedro was very exciting, but as a Mets fan, he pitched for the Mets down the road. If he had pitched for the Mets in his career, Pedro would have been on a list, but Dwight Gooden is on a list for sure. Dwight Gooden was the man. Yeah,
Gooden was the man.
Growing up, I got to see the Mets, and I got to see all the players that look like me. They had George Foster, Dwight Gooden, Darryl Strawberry. They had a nice little clip. So I always admit
that's a good list.
Miguel Cabrera.
Great list. I like the list.
Miguel, yes. Miguel, hey, me and Miguel used to play together. That's a good friend of mine, man.
Oh, wow.
That dude is raw, dude.
Wow.
That dude, when he first signed, I'll tell you a story about Miguel. When he first signed, he was 16. And because he couldn't speak English, you know how it is, Mumbai. Them other players ain't messing with you at all. They alienating you. And the fact that he had get like millions of dollars, they didn't like this man for nothing.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
Of course, I spoke Spanish. I could speak a little bit of Spanish. So I used to help out Miguel. And we used to drive around the place, hang out after, play dominoes. Cause that's what we do with them Latin players. Cooking rice and beans. And Miguel was an awesome person, awesome baseball player. He could hit. That man there is a batsman. I sorry I didn't put him on my list, but yeah, Miguel is on the list. Take Edgar Martinez out.
He was Puerto Rican. He was Puerto Rican or Dominican?
He was cocaine cowboy Mets.
No, that's a funny comment. Hey, that's an accurate comment too. That's true.
It's an accurate comment.
Yeah.
Remember, you ever hear the joke about Dwight Gooden?
Dwight Gooden? No.
Do he wind up? I must say every time he lift his knee.
It's not.
Really?
No, it's not.
Wow.
That's a joke in baseball.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. No, so when Miguel Cabrera, he's from Venezuela?
Venezuela.
Okay.
That's where he's from.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out where he's from. I remember he's from Venezuela because I was in Venezuela when he was playing those times, and he was big in Venezuela. But
okay.
Yeah. That's a good dude. That's a good man right there. Josh Beckett.
So let me ask you, Terry. Let me ask you this. You never heard a man by the name of Risco Davila?
If I know Risco, of course.
Everybody know Risco.
Okay, I was just checking.
Of course,
Yeah.
I know
That's my
Risco.
father-in-law.
Hey,
Yeah, right now. You want to know why
Okay.
he's not in the top 5?
hey.
He made the top 10. He made the top 10.
Hey, Risco is the boy, man. Hey, back in the day, my father used to have Haas. And we know Risco from 40 plus. I know Risco from time I've been a little boy, man. And Risco used to train our Haston that we had out the grove. G&A Revenge, deal me the aces, pop, 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 pop.
Yo, Risco, I'm talking to Terry Byron, yeah, man.
Big up to
Asking about
Risco.
you.
Big up to Risco, man.
Yeah, man. Yep.
Yeah, man. Big him up.
Oh, man, yeah, man.
Yeah,
Risco is good people, man. He's still working with some of the young
Oh
kids.
gosh,
Stuff.
how I forget the
He's
governor,
a
Jerry
legend.
Brown.
Jerry Brown.
Yeah.
The man coming up making an appearance. Let a man know, see the man. You got to come over. That's the man who down the
Hey!
Yeah, man. The man say you got to put in the top 10. You
boy.
disrespecting that fella. Who you dealing with?
Hey, tell he don't shoot me. Tell he don't shoot me.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Good picks. That's some good picks, man. That's some good picks. I like them. I like them. I like them. That's a good pick. So Terry, when was your what year was your final year playing baseball?
2004. End of 2000, middle of 2004.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
that's a long time. So what are you doing now? Like what are you? Where you been doing in the ATL?
I've been in banking for the past 15 years. I've been dealing with banking. I used to work for this one bank for many years, but now I get into mortgages.
okay. So with baseball,
finances.
Did you deal with any type of adversity as far as injuries playing baseball?
Yes. I used to get bad shin splints all the time because I got flat feet. And having flat feet and running like that, oh gosh, I used to have to ice my shins all the time. And then I have impingement in my shoulder where my bone is slouched like this. And they were going to go in and shave it, and I was like, everybody who had the bone shaved lose miles per hour, so I was like, So I just do a lot of jove exercises, do a lot of rehab stuff just to keep my arm good. But the impingement always used to come back.
Yeah, impingement, that's painful. That's painful, man. As a pitcher, that's painful.
But then they get a long cortisone shot in your back and be moving it around. Oh. Don't like
That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Have you ever thought about going and coach for a team in Atlanta, like one of those minor league teams, in terms of being an assistant or anything like that? Have you?
No, if I coach, to be honest with you, I'd want to come back home and coach. Or I would want to do like lessons and kind of start doing lessons first. And after I start doing lessons, maybe coach back home. Because my heart is always back home, man. I don't feel like I started out coaching somebody else.
I feel you. I mean, I know Mumba coaching.
But
Mumba
what I've been
coaching
looking at doing is
right,
getting
Mumba?
back to playing.
Oh, go ahead.
Now, I said you were coaching in Walt Disney at time, right? When I came up there with the basketball team, you was like an assistant at that school, that university, UCF.
Yeah. For a short period of time, just a short period of time, yeah. Yeah, man.
I'll do that.
Yeah, I mean.
I'll do that.
I mean, after I finished playing professionally, right, I went to Puerto Rico for a year. I was coaching my old team in Guaynabo, and my team won the championship. I felt good, but you know what? Just like you say, home is where the heart is. I didn't really feel completed coaching Puerto Ricans. It was nothing about it. I enjoyed my time in Puerto Rico. They made me feel like family. But Puerto Rico already have a system, already have a development, already have everything made for them. The Virgin Islands did not. I wanted to make a mark in the Virgin Islands and leave a legacy I had to come back home and continue working with the young people in the BI. And I understand what you're saying. That's the feel you get. You know the struggles we've been through. We want to make it easier for somebody else. So I totally understand what you're saying. And trust me, if you're ready to come home, we got a spot for you, bro.
Always.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I got to convince some people.
So I have a good question for Terry. How do you feel about the Virgin Islands? Terry kind of black out right there. So how do you feel about the Virgin Islands not having a world baseball classic team, knowing that the Virgin Islands has a rich history in baseball?
I can't hear.
You can't hear me? Tiga, you can hear me?
I can hear you well.
Man,
Look
I
like
can't
we
hear.
got 1G in Atlanta. Them people writing on Comcast up there. Okay, now they're
Somebody
Atlanta.
call me. No, I can't hear.
You can't hear? All right, let's see. I can't. He can't hear, so I'll tell him to come back in. Let me text him. You can't. Hold up. Let me. I'll call
You
him.
can probably do. What you can do, Mumbai, is probably just log him out and then put him back in. Send him the link again.
Yeah, I'm gonna have him. Can you hear me? No. All right, hold up. Let me much Carly.
I'm telling you, these people in Atlanta going crazy, Mumbai. They need to stop burning down these police cars, man. What's going on in the ATL?
I don't know what's going on, man.
What happened to social distancing? Ain't got no more social distancing.
Yeah, no more. Hold up to you.
Man, it's crazy. Man, but a very interesting story, man. I hope the VI really enjoying this one
Hear you now.
because trust me, I'm enjoying Terry Byron's story. I heard about him. I knew him a little bit, not like how I know Mumba, but man, I follow his career. And sometimes just hearing the story by its own and just seeing the man behind the story, dude, I'm just so humble of the man that he is. I'm very proud that he's representing the Virgin Islands. And I just wish the VI just gave him an opportunity to we don't have to immortalize anyone, but we need to have his story in some type of books, some type of videotape or something, just saying, look, this was somebody who did it. He went out there, he represented us very well, and now he's coming back to try and better the generation. Man, I'm super proud, Mumba. I'm so happy you brought him on tonight, man. It's awesome.
I'm proud too, man. I'm proud. Terry, before we kind of give you the final word and stuff, I want to ask you this question. How do you feel that the Virgin Islands doesn't have a World Baseball Classic team, knowing that the Virgin Islands has a rich history in baseball?
It upsets me when I see, and I'll be like, wait, how come we ain't competing with these teams, but we play against all of them in all those Latin American tournaments? Why is it that we can't really compete at that level with them, which we can? I don't know if it's politics, funding. I don't know if there's like a tournament that you have to participate in first, because usually that's what they do. But we should have a team representing that every year.
I agree.
And they should be incorporating more people who out in college still with the national team. I see the national team playing in a tournament the other day. Them boys are looking good. But we still got some people that probably could have been there helping them out. Hey, big up to Saro, man. I talk to LeBron all the time. So.
Oh, you talk to LeBron? Okay, yeah. Big up to Saro, man. Big up to Saro.
Hey, you know why I talk to LeBron? LeBron, cause I take Jayan. Every time
Nice.
we talk, we crack jokes about that.
So Terry, I'm gonna give you the final word.
Hey,
You got some.
know, me and GB used to go to St. Thomas and pick up on.
Repeat that.
I said me and GB used to go to St. Thomas and beat them up in a summer league. Them used to pay for me and GB to come over every weekend. We pay our way to go. They pay to come back. We used to play for this teenage franchise. mash up them man over there, my son. But hey, we make a lot of friends through them war, my son.
Through them wars,
Make
eh?
a lot of friends through them war.
You and GB Stan taking advantage, man.
Adi from St. Thomas and franchise.
Big up, big up. Yeah, man, big up, big up. Well, Terry, you get some family here watching. You know, somebody made a comment saying, your mother and your father would be proud of you that they didn't waste the money on you. I'm thinking that's a relative or somebody saying that. You know,
That's love.
Yeah, man, that's love. Yeah, probably.
Maurice's comment would have been a little more harsh.
More harsh, eh?
Comment would have been more harsh than. I know Kareem probably waited to call me when we done to root me. I know my brother will call me to talk trash. We're gonna be in a house party after this talking nonsense. We still get together all the time.
Yeah, man, that's good, man. That's good. You guys go way back, man. Way back. You know.
But you realize, like, all athletes is like that. We never had to deal with. I found Grove. I never had to deal with all my Grove partner and beef when I touched the road. The man would see me and say, hey, "That's Terry playing ball, lowy," or I guess stare down hard, but not never really pop off because it just never went that way.
Yeah.
Baseball, you from Harrigan, Tia from West, all of we still brothers in this struggle, man. And if you look at all the people that you are with through sports, you and them man tight now. Tight. And that's just the camaraderie that we grew up with VI Sports. That's what missing a lot home now, because back then we ain't gonna pull no gun on nobody else that we know playing ball or doing something. We're gonna just be like, we might fist it out and it done there. Now, a different ball game. We had tons of respect for each other.
Awesome. Man, T, the final word is yours, brother. Take me home. Let me know what you want to let the people know. It's awesome. A great interview. I love it. It's on you.
Okay. I'd like to say thank you, Mumba and Tegan, definitely for having me. I love the fact of what y'all doing, talking about us. We could talk freely. I love Pan interview. I watch every last one of them. And I love the fact that we could just sit down, talk, explain stuff, let people know kind of what we really went through, but without having to, just getting it out. I really respect that. One of the things I would say to the people back home, develop your craft. I don't care if it's cooking, cleaning, washing car, being a mechanic. Try to see how you could be better than the other person, or try and see how not even better person. Right. Try and see how you could be the best you can be for yourself. Forget what John Public doing. Do what you're doing to make sure that you're doing it for you, and it's at the best of your ability. I don't care what it is you can't fail when you have them kind of work with, and it will get you to go far. If it's sports you into, practice. Love your brothers that you're playing the sports with, because we live in a crazy world. Not all your brothers are here. All of us have teammates, friends, family that's not here through whatever reason, and they could have still been here, but that's the circumstances of life. So I just want everybody to choose the right path. Make sure that whatever you do, have love in your heart, man. Love will conquer all. Don't have hate for people. Hate will cause you to burn down Babylon. We don't need that. We need more love in our life. And thanks again for having me, man. Respect to everybody that sit. I couldn't see the comments, so I can get back in them. My friends
I can't see the comments either. Only Mumba. Mumba is the only one that can see these damn comments. Mumba,
somebody I posted. You can see the last comment right here, right?
Only once in a while, but I can't see who posted them. We can't really get to tell.
I can't see it either. Some I could see and some I can't see. I can't see. I have to go.
My last partition to you, T, man. It's all love. I am super proud of what you're doing. Like I say, anytime you're ready to come home, home is where the heart is. Holla at me. You want to come home and do something, we'll get together. We'll link up with Makil and Bibi and those guys. Because at the end of the day, our opportunity, we had it. We did our thing. But it's now to take back the knowledge to the next generation so they can have an opportunity to go even further. I think that's where a lot of the South American countries, then when I watch at Aruba and I see Andrew Jones and them guys going back having camps, and I look at Panama and I see my boy Mariano Rivera, one of the greatest pitchers going back, having camps. Same with Venezuela. Dominican Republic with Sammy Sosa. A lot of these guys that make it, they come back home and they spread the wealth, and they just producing wealth and wealth and wealth of more superstar players. I think the Virgin Islands have the same capability. So whenever you have the opportunity, man, you holla. We go try to get this thing right. It's not about us anymore. It's about the next generation. And 100% for brother love. I really enjoy your story. It was awesome.
Yeah, man. Terry, awesome story, man. I know you since I was 8, 9 years old, and it's just amazing to see, see all of us grow up, man, and see you, being able to pursue your dreams and stuff like that, man. And it was just an honor just to hear your story, man. Great story, I just can't thank you enough for giving us the opportunity, myself and Tegan, to have you come on our platform, the Elite Podcast, just to tell your story, man. Thank you to all the fans. Thank you to everybody that tuned in and was in the comments. I appreciate all the love and support, man. All love and support. Last word, Terry. Last word. Take us home.
Hey, VI up, VI never down. Big up Grove, place massive. Big up Grove, place massive one more time, because that's the Mecca where I'm from. My sisters, Trisha and Daria, thank you very much. My father, Glenwood Byron, I put your government name out there. Give thanks for everything you do.
Legend.
Holly, Genix, everybody that's helped me along my path to make me who I am. I got nothing but love for all of you and the community in St. Croix and St. Thomas. St. Thomas has shown me much love too. So just know we're the one Virgin Islands at the end of the day. So respect to all, my son. Respect to all.